Hello, scavengers! Mike the Scavenger here, live and direct from my backyard in the beautiful great state of Texas. Here to answer some of your burning desires and questions about what I do, my life, other things about the channel, and open up this magical box YouTube bought us. That being said, let's get into the questions.
The first question is, how often do you get in trouble for dumpster diving? Is it illegal in Texas or any state?
I haven't really gotten into trouble dumpster diving or trash picking, but where I live, it's technically not illegal to dig in the trash. I mean, I've been doing it since I was a little kid, and dumpster diving is not illegal where I live either, but there are dumpsters that are on private property that you actually have to kind of trespass to get to. I'm not condoning any of this activity, but I will say this, that many dumpsters are on private property. So where I live, you may not get in trouble for dumpster diving, but you might get a ticket for trespassing. It's different in other states, other cities. I've heard other places of the world it's illegal and this and that, but it just so happens where I am, it's allowed.
Will there be a pool trailer in your near future?
Well, at the time, or at the moment, it's in the works, or in the talks of being in the works, but as of right now, no trailer. We're still trying to figure things out. We got a couple of storage units, and if I got a trailer, I'd have to get another storage unit. I don't own my home, so it's in the works, or in the talks of being in the works, and hopefully in the near future. Fingers crossed.
What happened to your Chevrolet pickup truck you had?
Oh, CJ. Damn good truck, I might add. I was driving to work one morning, and a little 16-year-old girl pulled right out in front of me. Wasn't my fault. She pulled out in front of me, T-boned her, doing about 55, 60 miles an hour. Luckily, we both walked away with minor bumps and bruises, but CJ, not so much. But yeah, you guys were asking because for a while there was CJ, there was a Ford, and then I got, or a silver Ford, and then I got the white Ford. Well, there was CJ, the silver Ford was a rental, and then white Ford, that's Dottie. We all know Dottie.
And the Tundra is mine.
And the Tundra, big silver, that's my wife's truck.
Have you ever considered having a custom shed installed at your home for your business versus paying for commercial units?
Oh, absolutely. One day, that's the plan. You know, we're just gonna have want to get a little piece of property, a little home, and then, you know, put us a little wood shop out there, and a little paint booth and everything. But for the time being, we're just renting. We're renting our house, so we can't really do that. But that is exactly what we want to do later down the road.
How long have you been scrapping? Love the rockin' furniture you and your wife do. How long have y'all been doing that?
Okay, well, it's kind of interesting. I really was never really much of a scrapper until I started my YouTube channel. I started it primarily as kind of like river scavenging and things like that. And I mean, I've been, you know, with the furniture stuff that we do, I mean, I've been picking furniture and dumpster diving my whole, I mean, even when I was a little kid, it's like treasure hunting, you know. And then we'd go to the dumpsters at the apartment complexes and find the nudie magazines that people would throw out, and it was so cool. And but it just so happens that you know, when I started the channel and I was, you know, the summer months wound down to an end, one morning I'm like, you know what? Let me go jump in a couple of dumpsters. And then, I mean, as y'all probably have seen my first few videos, they're a lot different than what you see now, because through the months I have learned so much about scrapping through everybody that has commented and contacted me, and I really appreciate that, and I thank you guys for helping me grow and do what I did. And scrapping is really starting to you know, bring in a pretty good chunk of extra change on top of the furniture stuff we do.
Can you show us your face?
Here's my face, y'all. Mike the Scavenger in the flesh. Alright, next question.
Why do you cut the cable off of TVs?
I cut the cables off of TVs because they're scrappable. They contain copper in them, and I mean you can cut them off and strip them down to bare copper to get more money. But I don't do that just yet. Maybe here in the near future, I'm working on getting maybe a manual or a mechanical wire stripper. I know I catch a lot of flack for it because some of these hardcore scrapper guys tell me to keep the TVs because there's lots of copper in them as well. I really don't like messing with the TVs just because of the mess, but I'm sure somebody out there has streamlined it and figured out how to do it in a cleaner manner. But for the most part, I just take the cords, and I really try to like not do that because I catch a lot of flack for it, but you know, it is what it is. I mean, these old tube TVs that are sitting out in the rain, ain't nobody gonna pick those up, take them home and use them. They don't work. Next question.
Why all the kung fu-like noises?
Well, you know, that's just my quirky self. One day I don't even know what video it was, but I just started doing the stuff, and then, you know, people got a kick out of it, thought it was hilarious, so it just kind of stuck, and, you know, turns out I'm pretty good at kung fu, even though I've never taken a single karate lesson in my life.
Have you ever scrapped something you weren't supposed to?
Yeah, definitely. In the beginning, for sure. Never scrapped anything like illegal, you know, like hazard or that contain radioactive material or anything that I know of. But I have scrapped things that I have, you know, I've gone out and filmed, and then, you know, I've already gone to the scrapyard, and then by the time the video posted, it's already after the scrap run, and someone's like, oh my god, I want that so bad, that's so nice, that's so old, that's worth this much. And I'm like, oh geez, dude, I just scrapped that. But hey, it's a learning process. We're all learning together here, you know what I mean? Alright.
How much weight have you ever taken to scrap?
The most I've ever had, probably 1,100 pounds. That's pretty much it. I mean, I think the truck can hold about 1,500 to 1,700 pounds, but sometimes it can be a little hard getting that much in the truck, especially with household items and stuff that are bulky. Every now and then, you know, you can get lucky and you can find some really dense, heavy oil field machinery that people threw out that you can get the most bang for your buck. But probably around 1,100 pounds is the most that I've ever taken to the yard in iron.
When are you going to start doing river videos again?
Okay, well today, what is today, March the 12th?
May the 12th.
May the 12th. Sorry, yeah, it started with the M. I knew it was one of those. Here probably about a couple of weeks when school lets out and the family start going on vacation. That's about the time I'm going to start hitting the rivers, finding all the crap that they drop.
Have you ever been chased away from a dumpster or curbside?
Never been chased away. I get some funny looks all the time. I don't know if it's because I'm digging in the trash or because I'm talking to myself, or maybe because I'm doing some kung fu in the trash. But for the most part, no. There was one morning. It was Sunday, about 5 a.m. I was behind an office building, and I guess I had driven. They had one of those little Ring cameras on their back door, and I guess when I drove by, it triggered the motion sensor. And mid dumpster dive, I hear someone on the intercom, "Excuse me, you in the white truck need to get out of here before we call the police." And I was like, oh geez. But you know, that was about the gist of that. I just got in my truck, took off, and you know, I cover a lot of ground, so if you know, I've stayed away from that area for a little while, and you know, maybe I'll hit it up again after things cool down.
What do you like most about scavenging?
Just kind of like a treasure hunt, you know, and some of the stuff that I've been finding, it truly is treasure. And you know, some people, they spend hundreds, if not thousands of dollars a year buying storage lockers or spending money to travel to the other side of the planet to dig holes, look for treasure, and I just find it sitting on the curb right around the corner from my house. But I mean, if I had to say it, it's probably just the thrill of not knowing what you're going to find, because you know, you really could find that diamond in the rough. And also, you know, at the end of the day, a little bit of scrap money, a little extra jingle in the pocket, you know, that's just the cherry on top.
What's the grossest thing you have ever touched while scavenging?
I think we all know this, especially my hardcore fans. You know who you are. Anal beads. Anal beads, butt plug. What else was in there? Some sort of little vibrating thing with a wire. I don't even know, but yeah, I touched those. Not with my bare hands, though, but yeah. Had to be the sex toys.
What is the best thing you have found?
Well, it would probably... Shoot. Probably be that suitcase that we found the bayonets and the machetes and all the old stuff in. As far as, like, monetary value, because there's so much in there that's so old and so you know, worth money. You know, those bayonets are worth money. We have those old 60s Oldsmobile manuals in mint condition. Those are worth money. I mean, just so much in there that was just worth so much, and I haven't even gone through it and, you know, started trying to figure out what I'm going to do with it. But yeah, probably that, and then after that I'd say it has to be the Korean War photos that we found and the train set, the Lionel train set. But yeah, the hands down probably the best find to date was that mystery suitcase.
How far are you willing to travel away from home base to scavenge?
I'll go as far as I have to make money. I mean, if I can make $1,000 driving 100, 200, 300, 400 miles, I mean, as long as there's a, you know, you come out in the black, not the red after the trip. I mean, I don't think it really matters how far you'll go, but typically when I do the dumpster diving, I'll go anywhere from 50 to 80 miles a day, and I think the most I've ever put on in a day is probably about 100 miles. So, you know, I don't go out too far, but I will venture out if I have to, especially for you guys, just to make that video.
And the last question is, do you have any advice for new scrappers?
Stay in school, kids. Tough work out there on the streets. No, just, you know, just be wary of the laws in your area. Definitely have common sense when it comes to dumpster diving. I typically stay away from box stores and things like that. I know most of the divers on YouTube, you know, they'll dive Bed Bath & Beyond, Five Below, all that other, you know, Best Buy, Office Depot, all that kind of stuff. I haven't really had too much luck, and then I find with the bigger box stores, especially in the nicer areas, security will run you out of there pretty fast. There's always security. So I kind of just stick to industrial areas. I go during off-business hours, and then I just, like I said, I use common sense. If I pull up and there's people standing around and it just doesn't look like it's going to be conducive for me to just get in, I'll just go on to the next one, and then I'll just swing back around and come back and see if, you know, the coast is clear or whatever. But for the most part, people have been pretty cool about it. You know, I've had people wave to me, tell me hi, you know, people offer to give me stuff. So just use your better judgment, and you know, try not to make a mess, try not to make too much noise. I mean, I know I'm noisy, but you know, ain't nobody at work 4 o'clock in the morning on a Saturday. You know, just, you know, be respectful of other people's things, especially if you're trash picking in neighborhoods and going through trash. You know, leave it cleaner than you found it. Don't give anybody a reason to complain, and you know, you should be okay. You know, people for the most part, especially where I live, they know that there's a guy that comes around on trash day and picks up metal. So, you know, it is what it is. So, yeah, you know, just make sure you can do it where you live and be respectful. And stay in school.
One last question. Why do you pick up vacuums?
Why do I pick up vacuums? Good question. Vacuums are totally scrappable. They've got the long power cord cut off tank, and then the vacuum in itself has a small little motor. And, you know, some people say that, you know, they just take them like a sledgehammer and just smash them on the concrete. Makes a lot of mess that way. I just keep a DeWalt screwdriver handy, and then just, and then, you know, once I can see the motor, then I just start breaking stuff away, and then, you know, try to keep the mess down. But yeah, you can get a few bucks out of a vacuum cleaner. Okay, well let's open up this box and see what YouTube sent us. Ow! Alrighty guys, it's a black box from YouTube. Someone told me it's money. Money. But I think I have another idea of what it might be. And I know I said I would scrap it. I'm not scrapping it. I'm putting it on the fireplace mantle, y'all. Alright, let's see. Up. Tape on the bottom. Alrighty, guys. Look at that, guys. Got a little letter from YouTube, the CEO, Susan Wojcicki. Never heard of her. You've done something that very few YouTubers accomplish. 100,000 subscribers. Look at this, guys. Wow. My name on a trophy. Check that out, guys. Mike the Scavenger. You can hang it on the wall. That's really cool, guys. Passing 100,000 subscribers. That is so freaking cool. Totally cool, guys. Well, anyways, I want to thank each and every one of y'all for being my subscribers and supporting me and believing in me. In the beginning, there was people who literally told me that this channel would amount to nothing. I literally had people telling me that this is not going to work, and I believed them in the beginning because I really didn't know a whole lot of what I was doing. I was just kind of doing something, and it's metamorphosized. Is that even a word? Anyways, it turned into something way bigger than I could have expected, and it's just it's a total blast. I love doing this. I love posting videos for you guys. I love being my quirky self for you guys, and I hope to continue to put out awesome content for y'all, and bring smiles to your face, and help out people that contact me. They say I help out with PTSD. I have people that parents telling me that I'm helping out their children with cerebral palsy, and it's just crazy how I've affected and impacted people in just a short 9 months. So just imagine where we're going to be at, in a couple of years, guys. This is going to be nuts. And I'm glad that y'all are with me for the journey, because we're going to make this thing happen. We're going straight to the top, y'all coming with me. But anyway, alrighty, guys. Well, hey, I appreciate y'all tagging along. Appreciate you being a part of me opening my first ever YouTube play button. And hopefully we get a few more of these. And then, maybe we'll catch up with old Pootie Pie. I doubt it, though. But alright, guys, y'all take care. Love you all. Enjoy the rest of your week. Peace.